This is the first time I've actually done a recording, so I want to make this recording to give a message out about BNP and the person behind BNP is Nick Griffin, and I just want to give you some thoughts about what's going on and why we've seen a lot of interest. I want to share my views across to a lot of people to see why we're seeing this happening now and why are we seeing BNP gaining a lot of interest at this time of the year. And the advantages and disadvantages of this happening. First of all, who is Nick Griffin? Nick Griffin, he was born on 1st of March 1959, a British politician, the chairman of BNP, a British National Party, member of the European Parliament. Griffin, he was born in London and was educated in Suffolk. He actually joined the National Front, which is a racist gang. They've had a bad history. If you look into National Front, you'll see a lot of stuff about them. After that, he went to Cambridge University, and then he became a political worker. And then after that, in '98, he was convicted of distributing material likely to cause racial hatred. Then he received a suspended prison sentence, and ever since then he's been out and he's been fighting and trying to gain his power to show that look, BNP, we're back and we're going to be stronger than ever. But you need to understand that why has there been a lot of interest on BNP right now? The main thing is that we've had, since the last few years, I think last 2 years, we've seen a lot of loss of jobs, a lot of bankruptcy, credit crunch, economy has, we've had a British economy, it's not doing good, neither is the rest of the world. We're facing a major economical threat we're facing. And we're struggling. We've had a really tough time of the year, and as there's more people who are losing jobs, there's more people sitting in homes, and when people are sitting in homes, they want to start fighting with people. They want to start looking for people to bully and to point the finger at other people. That's what happens when you're not working. When you're not working, you want to point the finger at other people, but when you're working, you seem okay. But when you're out of work, people like to point the fingers at other people to say, look, I'm out of job because of that person. You see, that's a funny thing, that is, because you can't do that. Because when you work and when you lose your job, you lose a job because of the company who you're working for. That's the first thing. I'll give you an example. When Rover in Longbridge, when that closed down, people lost their jobs not because of someone else who's a different color to them or who's come from a different country. Yeah, when Rover closed down, it was due to the fact that Honda pulled out and Rover were making crappy cars. So these are the things which you got to look at. So when all them people lost their jobs, yeah, they were out of jobs, and at the same time, Rover could not survive. So Rover was closed down, and a lot of people lost jobs. And ever since then, we've seen a lot of other big companies. Can you remember CNA? That got closed down as well. There's so many big companies in England which got closed down. So we've seen a lot of problems. But getting back to the point, that when people lose jobs, they want to look for answers and to see that why we've lost our jobs, why we're having problems today, why why is this happening to us? I wanted to point out a message about Nick Griffin, and it's about when he's on Question Time, and about the kind of interest he's getting through the media in the last few months. Nick Griffin, his main interest is to create attention among British people. He wants to create tension between ethnic minorities. So we're all aware of the British Empire, and we're all aware of, British nationality, you know what I mean? We are living in a multicultural society, but we got Nick Griffin, who's apparently at the age of 15, he joined the National Front. And we all know what the National Front is. They're just like the KKKs in America, you know what I mean? So we're all aware of Nick Griffin and his main agenda, but he's trying to try to hide his background, his history, or some of the words he's quoted in the past. Yeah, one of his famous ones were like, "Black people walk like monkeys." That was one of his own words. So reference saying that black people are like monkeys, in other words. And there's a lot of stuff he's been saying, but obviously the media is trying to hide that. But my main point is that why is this happening now? That's what you have to understand. Why is this happening now? These are the questions you guys can ask yourselves. Why are we seeing a lot of media attention towards BNP? Why? You have to ask this question. Why did Nick Griffin come on national television on Question Time? You have to understand, even though there's a lot of people against Nick Griffin, yeah, on Question Time, a lot of people asking questions to Nick Griffin, they're asking questions to him, yeah, they're saying, you know what I mean, they're all against him. And so everybody is trying to say that he got bullied and everything, yeah. I understand that. We all understand that, yeah, he got bullied because obviously, you know what I mean, he's coming out with some crap. We all know that, yeah. We all know that, you know what I mean, everybody, you know what I mean, he kind of made a fool of himself on national television. But you need to understand, to show that this country belongs to British people, white British people. This is the main agenda. This is why it's like a wake-up call, you can say. This is a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call. This time it's a wake-up call. So having Nick Griffin, yeah, even though he got dissed and everything, yeah, but this is a wake-up call to ethnic minorities in the UK, to show them, look, yeah, that this is our country, yeah. So stop building mosques, stop taking over. The main reason why Nick Griffin had the chance to go on national television was to give a wake-up call to UK and to the rest of Europe, to give them a wake-up call, to tell everyone that, look, we're getting conquered here, yeah. We're getting overthrown by ethnic people, immigration. But you need to understand that why did UK and why did a lot of Europe allow so many immigrations to come in? This is what you have to understand. Why? So if that's the case, so why did you allow immigration to come in from the start? The answer is because at the time there was a lot of jobs available and there was a lot of factory work which needed to get done. There was a lot of jobs at that time, a lot of factory work, you had to work in boilers, and the pay wasn't good. So in the UK at that time, nobody wanted to do the type of dirty jobs. So at that time, there was no benefit system at that time either.